By now, I'm sure you already know about the failed deal between Bill Ackman's Pershing Square Tontine Holdings, PSTH, and United Music Group, UMG. Just when we didn't think things could get any worse, it just got way worse. Bill Ackman posted a letter to shareholders regarding a lawsuit against PSTH. In this video, I'm going to go over the contents of that letter. Then I'm going to share with you my opinion on what I think is going to happen and why I sold all my shares of PSTH. All this right after. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Learn to invest like a wolf at your own risk. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Wolves of Investing. My name is Donnie Nguyen and I'm the founder of Wolves of Investing. If you're new, my channel is primarily about investing in the stock market. If you want to learn how to achieve financial freedom through investing, be sure to click on the subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't yet. And please remember to drop a like on this video if you enjoy it, as it truly helps out the channel. And be sure to check out my Patreon if you want to get more insights into my SPAC portfolio or my growth-oriented long-term portfolios, or if you just want to support the channel. And also be sure to check out my free Discord to talk about SPACs and other stocks with other members of the Wolves of Investing community. So without further ado, let's get right into it. On Thursday, Bill Ackman released this PSTH update letter and tweeted to his followers, "I welcome your feedback." First, let's take a look at some of the key aspects of this letter. A purported shareholder filed a lawsuit on August 17th claiming that PSTH has been operating as an illegal investment company because, among other claims, PSTH invested its IPO proceeds in securities, short-term treasuries and money market funds that own short-term treasuries. As the letter states, this is pretty much what every SPAC does. And to claim that PSTH is an illegal investment company is making a claim that the hundreds of other SPACs out there are also illegal investment companies. Also, according to this Bloomberg article, Usha Rodriguez, a professor of securities law at the University of Georgia, said that she was skeptical the case would succeed as the SEC has allowed SPACs to operate for decades without registering as investment companies, and that the lawsuit is asking the courts to reject SEC SPAC rules that have been evolving since 2003. So even though PSTH believes the lawsuit is meritless, and it very well might be, it does impede PSTH's chances of finding a target in the 11 months remaining to enter into a letter of intent and completing the initial business combination in the required time frame. Because of this, PSTH is proposing to close up shop quickly by getting the previously mentioned SPARC approved by the New York Stock Exchange and the SEC. SPARC, as I mentioned in a previous video, would allow SPARC warrant holders to buy shares in a future company yet to be determined for $20 a share. Unlike a SPAC, it will have a much longer time period to find a business combination. If approved, many are calling SPARC SPAC 2.0. If SPARC is approved, then the following is being proposed upon shareholder approval. A, PSTH shareholders will be returned cash of approximately $20 per share. B, PSTH shareholders are also to be given one SPARC warrant with an exercise price of $20. And C, PSTH warrant holders will be given one SPARC warrant with an exercise price of $23. That sums up the letter, but I encourage you to read it yourself, and I'll leave a link in the video description. I also encourage you to check out the thread on Twitter. Given the whole UMG debacle, it's no surprise that many shareholders are massively PO'd. Let's take a look at some of the comments on Twitter. Whiteman2013 says, "Wow, reading the letter, you're really trying to return the cash and dissolve PSTH since you've gotten your UMG already. Wow, you make it seem as though you're doing everyone a favor. Most people bought in at $24 to $25, so will realize a 20 to 25% loss. Shame on you, Bill. Little Orphan Danny says, what about the premium pretty much everybody paid for PSTH? Enjoy UMG. You can take your SPARC and shove it. And Ryan says, you just handed me my largest loss since I started trading. I didn't think I could be more mad at someone than Trevor Milton, but he was always a tad shady. I thought you were legit. On Friday, I posted to my Patreon, my Discord, and Twitter that I sold all my shares of PSTH. Although I did lose money, fortunately for me, I was able to lower my cost basis by using cash secured puts and covered calls. I made a video about the covered calls I made on PSTH here if you want to check that out. Even so, it's never fun to lose money. So why did I decide to sell all my shares at a loss rather than take a chance on getting my $20 back plus the SPARC warrants, which I think will potentially have a market value of around $4 or more? The first reason is that I don't think that SPARC will get approved. Bill Ackman states in the letter that he is confident that SPARC will get approved. That doesn't mean much to me, as he seemed very confident about the PSTH UMG deal, which, as we know, failed to materialize. He's trying to get the SEC, a government entity, to change a rule for him. This is like trying to go to the DMV and asking them to make a policy change because you don't like one of their rules. Bill is a great investor, no doubt, but he doesn't have any magical powers that will get the SEC to change a rule for him. I just don't think it's going to happen. The second reason is that the lawsuit is one of the worst things that can happen to a SPAC investor. As I've mentioned many times in previous videos, the SPAC cash in the trust is not guaranteed. If PSTH has to spend any money defending the lawsuit or paying out claims, this will decrease the value of the trust and the intrinsic value of the SPAC. In the best case scenario, the lawsuit gets dismissed and no harm is done. In the worst case, who knows? Would I love to have the $20 plus SPARC warrants? Hell yeah, I would. But I decided that this is too much to handle for my risk tolerance. My plan now is to wait and see if and when SPARC gets approved. There is a chance I will get back in, but for now, I'm gonna stay on the sidelines. And in case you're wondering, I rolled most of my sales of PSTH into one of my favorite stock holdings right now, a monthly paying dividend REIT called Realty Income, ticker O. All right, so let me know what you think about this whole PSTH lawsuit debacle. Are you still invested in PSTH? Drop me a line in the comments. Be sure to leave a like on this video before leaving. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.